Alaikum. Apparently, if you look at what's happening in Somalia right now, Ethiopian soldiers entered Somalia, and it seems like they have no intention to leave. So the Ethiopians have entered the country. They're coming in by the thousands. More than 10,000 have actually entered the country. The federal government of Somalia condemned it. They've announced that Ethiopian forces have entered Somalia, and they're accusing them of rejecting good neighborly relations. Somalia has declared that it will defend its sovereignty, and they called on the United Nations and the international community to condemn Ethiopia's actions of deploying troops into Somalia. So this is not good. This is actually, I don't understand why this is not breaking news all over the world. I mean, at least among Somali news. Uh, Somalia condemns Ethiopian military actions in Gilda region today. So they're just condemning it, but they don't have any muscle. They have no way to enforce themselves. They have no way to defend themselves. And what are you going to do? Ethiopia is basically telling them, if you want to resist us, you have to do it by force. Otherwise, we're not going to listen to you. And look at this CIA agent. Look what he says about Somalia. 9 years ago, look what he says about us.
In the case of Somalia, let me give you a little bit of context to understand some of the information I'm going to share. Somalia is one of the world's most severe cases of state failure. We can call it a fragile state if it makes you feel better, but the fact is it's a failed state. The government, and I say this, the president is an old friend of mine. We even co-authored a chapter together. I wish him well, but the reality is after 3 years of governing, his government still can't even control most of the neighborhoods of the capital, Mogadishu, much less anything in the countryside, provides very few resources. It is recognized internationally, so it has juridical sovereignty without earning the empirical sovereignty that we've come to expect of member states of the United Nations. This has gone on for 25 years, so this is one of the longest running instances of state failure or state collapse. This has huge implications. Somalia has a youth bulge. 74% of its population is under the age of 30. You do the math. It's been a collapsed state for 25 years. That means 75% or more of the population has no living memory of what a state is even supposed to do. That's a whole new level of state building than you might have normally expected. This is going to be...
So we get the point here. So essentially, Somalia's existence is being challenged, and Ethiopia is going to continue waging war against Somalia. You also have issues in the north with Al-Shabaab, issues in the north with Somaliland and Puntland. You also have Khartoum State, and you also have issues in the south when it comes to fighting between the Somali government as well as Al-Shabaab. You have clan militias who are killing each other. You also have all kinds of different gangs arising, and Ethiopia is entering the fray, and they're going to make it a lot worse. So make dua for the people of Somalia. I hope it does resolve itself, inshallah. And that's all I have to say on the matter. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.